Red, red, and green. Cool. All right, let's see if I get
very Christmassy.
Yes, if I get my notification.
I think my screen flashed, so now I have to refresh in order to see the stream.
Yeah, it's the same thing here. Yeah, and you notice we got a new there. Performance, I just noticed it. We got a new offline graphic. We're just going through and making all the stuff pretty because we might have some new people checking us out soon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Indeed. So, yes. I'll probably repeat this like 15 more times as we get into the first 15 minutes or so of the show, but John's not here tonight. He is traveling at more than 300 miles per hour as we speak on his way. He said he was actually going to be on planes for 10 hours today, going from where he was, which was San Juan, Puerto Rico, and he's on his way to San Francisco, where he's going to be spending the next couple of weeks, one of which, very notably, is GDC, the big Game Developers Conference, which is what is happening next week, which is very exciting. And then, what's that?
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
It is cool. Yeah, this year, thanks in part to all of our wonderful fans who've bought the game, we can afford to send the whole team to GDC, which is something that has been a long-time goal of mine to be able to get everybody out there, because it is such... I mean, I go every year because it's a really important business opportunity for us, but it's also a really amazing growing and professional networking and, just great industry event. I know that there's a bunch of people out there in Chatland who've been to PAX. PAX is a consumer show. That's a show where, the people who are going to play the games come to play the games. GDC is an industry show, so it's the people who make the games meeting with each other, seeing what's coming up, seeing the new tech that's coming out. So, things like the Oculus and the Vive started showing up at GDC before they were out in the world. And it's, they opened up the show floor to students on the last day, but it's really not a show that just people go to. Just to give you an idea, a PAX ticket is what? I don't even know what it is these days. $65 for the whole weekend? $85 maybe?
Well, they separated it, so it's you can't actually get full weekend passes.
You have to buy
anymore.
them by the day now.
Yeah, it's 90 total.
90 total. Okay, so yeah, the cheapest ticket to get to GDC is $499, I think. And the all access pass ticket without any discounts is what's it called? It's $1,800, I think. Something ridiculous. Because that's what it is. Handelabra Games, what to say? Anything on Green Ronin Greater Than Games news? There is nothing to say on that, unfortunately. I know that everybody wants to hear lots of good news, and I would love to have good news to give you, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with no comment for the time being. But if you stay tuned to us as we approach PAX, we may have some news on a new game that we are working on. I've already said too much. So anyways, it's not quite 7 yet, so I'm not going to say anything just yet. But I am going to drop a link for everybody to keep an eye on right here. Bloop, bloop. Yes, twitchtv.shacknews. What is that? I'll explain that in a minute, too. So before we get started, I do want to do a quick shout-out to say thank you to my co-hosts this evening, Zach and Mark. As I mentioned, that since John is not with us tonight, not in a not no longer with us, but he's just not with us tonight, we needed someone to help me play this wonderful game of the Multiverse, and two of our amazing fans, players, streamers, etc. decided to step up to the challenge. So thank you, gentlemen, for that, and I will give them a little bit more of an introduction in just a moment. But now, I think it's after 7 now, so I guess that means it's Tuesday, it's 7-ish, so it's time to welcome you to Sentinels Live. Thank you, everyone, for joining us around the digital tabletop while we play... What are we playing, Zach?
Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Indeed.
Oh, I thought this was Magic. Sorry, I have to back out.
It's basically Magic. It's basically just a reskin Magic. You'll be fine. The goal of these streams is to have fun.
Reskin cooperative Magic.
Exactly. While showing you how to play the game, as well as covering the strategies that can hopefully help you win. At Handelabra, we do believe in civil rights for everyone and in being as inclusive as possible, so any comments or activity that actively work against that goal are not welcome and will not be tolerated. If you enjoyed the show, please do like, share, follow, and subscribe. Doubly so this week, and I'll explain why in just a moment. As we are the developers, you can always be sure to get some insight into the process and maybe even see some stuff before anyone else, as you have been for the last few weeks. We've been showing off some new variants, some challenge modes, and I think we'll do a little bit more of that tonight. The game does include a tutorial that covers the basics, but we always do our best to explain exactly what we're doing, when we do it, and why. And depending on how long it takes for us to win or lose, we often play more than one full game in an episode. More so lately, since we've been crashing and burning on a lot of the challenge modes. Although last week we came correct. We did pretty well last week. Sentinels of the Multiverse is currently available for iOS, Android, as well as PC, Mac, and Linux via Steam, and always via good old analog cardboard and ink. And you can find more information about the game at sentinelsdigital.com. So that link that I posted there is because we, this week, in an effort to spread the love of the multiverse as far and wide as we possibly can, are working with Shack News to stream some Sentinels with some of their larger streamers. I was not 100% sure about these names, but I think that they're somewhat popular, and I'm going to paste their names in here so that I don't want to put all of the extra nonsense. But Rakib Marvelous and Tamorag, if you guys know who those guys are. I know Rakib, I don't know Tamorag. But those are the guys from Shack News that are going to be streaming, and this is going to be happening at 4 p.m. Wednesday, so tomorrow, Eastern Time. So 4 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, next Wednesday, and the Wednesday after that, there are going to be Sentinels live streams. And the reason why I posted the link is because I would love it if our amazing army of Sentinels showed up and watched the stream and engaged with the chat. You know, they tend to have, I think, a lot of people watching, but, most of these people will probably not have heard of Sentinels at this point. We want, obviously, to put our best foot forward. We will be in the chat. In a later week, we may actually be on the stream, but I'm not sure yet. You haven't been conscripted. It's a completely volunteer army, Evil Dice Monkey. But I like to think of you guys. Actually, yeah, I guess army's probably the wrong term. It's more like Justice League. Our Justice League of Heroes.
I love it.
Yes. So,
except for the movie's going to be terrible.
I got to say, and tune into the Fastcast to hear my opinion about this pretty soon. I have recorded my Fastcast. I finally watched Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. And while I didn't love it, I don't know that I hated it either. But I'll get into that more on the Fastcast. All right, so let's say hi to our guests today. Mark, you've got some stuff that you'd like to talk about, right? Don't you do some streams and some other stuff?
Sort of. I have a Twitch channel at twitch.tv/LewdDolphin. I also have a Twitter at LewdDolphin21. I stream Sentinels from time to time. I mostly do speedruns of Final Fantasy 13, though, so if you like that game or this game, of course, feel free to drop a follow.
Very cool. And our other guest host is Zach. I believe Another Letdown is one of your thingies, right?
Yes, so I am one of the co-founders of Another Letdown Media. We do occasional video sketch comedy on YouTube. We also have a Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Another Letdown. We stream mostly Sentinels of the Multiverse and Gears of War. My friend Alex and I have started a full plot run-through of Gears of War. We just finished Judgment, which is all archived to YouTube. We are going live on Sunday with the first iteration of the DLC for Gears 3 that comes next. And I'm also the co-host of the Adjacent Hex podcast, which is a board game podcast.
Very cool. And if you're going to PAX East, check out the panel. Is it a panel discussion or is it just a presentation?
It's a little of both. I'm doing a panel discussion and presentation on a brand new grading system. I'm a teacher during the day, and I looked at the Xbox Microsoft Gamer Score model, and I'm modeling a brand new grading system after it. I'm trying to make it stick at my school, so we'll see how that works.
Very cool. And actually, you guys probably noticed over the last month we put out a call for PAX volunteers. We are all full up on volunteers, so thank you everybody who sent in a thing. If you were not chosen, I do apologize. I believe I got back to everybody who reached out to us. I think there's one more that just came in that I haven't answered yet. But we do have our full contingent of helpers. So thank you so much to everybody who volunteered. We can't wait to have an awesome PAX. Another quick thing of show notes before we get too much further in. I mentioned GDC and I mentioned checking out Shack News. That next week is going to have to be what you watch if you want to get your Sentinels fix. Because as a result of basically the entire company being in San Francisco, we are not going to be streaming next week. We'll tweet about it to make sure that people aren't, showing up and being all upset at us, although they probably still will be. But we will be back in the saddle the following week, despite the fact that I will be in Boston. So I will be streaming from Boston. John will be possibly still in San Francisco, but I think he might actually be on his way to Edmonton at that point. But basically, we'll both be sort of all over the place, but we will, in fact, be streaming from PAX East that Tuesday at our usual time, 7 p.m. All right, so I think we're going to do another challenge mode tonight, and I'm going to let my guest hosts sort of work out what they would like to do. I think I have actually one that we're going to do for the second game, but if you guys want to pick the first game, what do you think? Unless, of course, you pick the one that I'm planning on doing. In which case, that's fine. We can do that as the first game.
I don't know.
I have always loved, and I don't know if you guys have done this yet, because I've actually been absent from the chat for a little while. I have had, of all things, band practice on Tuesday nights for the talent show that I've got.
Well, from chat. I'm kidding. Go on.
Yeah, right. I'm participating in a talent show, and the staff at the school I teach at has decided that I'm playing lead guitar, which is not something I'm familiar with. I've usually played rhythm, so I haven't seen. Have you guys fought Akash'bhuta on the challenge mode yet?
I did once. It was a long game.
I don't know if we did it on the stream. Check the thingy.
I did. Sorry, not.
Yeah, I have too, and that's why I'm trying to think, because I've definitely played it a few times in testing. But I don't know if we did it on the stream. Let me bring up my list here to see what we've done in the last few weeks.
I don't think it was done on stream, as far as I know.
Yeah, I don't believe it was. All right, let's see. Ambuscade. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it was. So why don't we? That's a great choice. So let's pop that open and tell everybody what that means. So the challenge mode for Akash'bhuta is that she is immune to environment damage and villain damage. So obviously, you can imagine how this is going to change the way that you play against Akash'bhuta. The sort of standard strategy for her is, she gets her limbs out. You take out the limbs. Every time a limb dies, it hits her for some. She has, I believe, the highest starting HP of any villain in the game.
Yep.
Yeah, and so obviously taking her out without relying on that self-damage is really tricky, especially because you can't just ignore the limbs because they're all doing other things too. So taking care of the limbs and her 200 hit points is really, really tricky. And then, of course, her advanced rules. On this side, it's reduced damage dealt to villain targets by 1. And on the flip side, it is, at the end of the villain turn, Akash'bhuta deals the H-1 non-villain targets with the highest HP 3 melee damage each. So, I think I actually have played her on Ultimate a couple times, and that's why I think I was thinking it was even extra super hard. But I'd be open to either one. So what do you guys think? So we'll definitely play Akash'bhuta. You gonna do just regular challenge, or do you want to do Ultimate?
I would just be fine with regular challenge.
Right.
Yes, I think so.
Fair enough. All right, and I will defer to you guys, let you pick your heroes first. I think from an environment point of view, we could just, you know what, I'm just going to hit randomize and see what I get. Time Cataclysm. Fantastic.
Sounds good.
All right, so go ahead and pick your heroes while I read up on what the chat's been talking about.
I don't see an environment yet on my end. Is it because I'm disconnected or something?
It shows you as being in here.
Yeah, I know I'm in the room. I don't see anything. I'm gonna back out and come back in.
Oh, there you go.
Aha!
Should see Time Cat.
I see Time Cat.
Sweet. Time Kitty.
Would that this cataclysm were a time cataclysm!
Jeez.
So it occurs to me that if we're going to need to do a lot of damage, we're going to need characters with a good ratio of high health to aggro. So, Ra comes to mind?
Yeah. Well, if you're going to do that, I'm going to play the guy that I was just telling you about, who I'm super excited about these days, and that is Termi-Nation Absolute Zero. Oh, and actually, you know what? I'm going to actually play a second hero in this game because... Oh, I forgot to unlock her. All right, hang on a second. Okay.
I may have as well.
So
I don't know. Do I need to?
Well, here's what's going to happen. Since I am no longer the main guy, I need you guys to both back out and come back in so that I'm the king again.
Okay.
Because I'm the kingmaker. Perfect. All right. So, as I was saying, I'm going to be Termi-Nation Absolute Zero, and I will also play the third Termi-Nation character that we have not shown off yet, and that is Termi-Nation Unity. Now, she's probably not a fantastic choice in this particular game, but we're going to show her off anyway. So this is the third of the Termi-Nation heroes. That's Absolute Zero, Bunker, and Unity is the team. And so her new power is Reconfigure. Destroy a mechanical golem, then shuffle it into your deck. Move a mechanical golem from your trash into play. You may draw a card. Now you notice there are no ifs, ands, or buts in there, which means you can still move a mechanical golem from your trash into play even if you don't destroy a mechanical golem, and you can also draw a card, which is one of the keys to how these sorts of multi-part powers work, because you might want to use it just for the card draw. You might not have anything in your trash or have a golem in play, but you might as well get another card while you're at it, I've been having a lot of fun with Termi-Nation Unity. It's, again, with all three of the Termi-Nation characters, they can be really dangerous, and it can be really dangerous for them if you end up in bad situations. So, yeah, I'm going to be handling both of the Termi-Nation characters. We got Samwise there on Ra, and did we lose LewdDolphin again?
Yeah, I'm still having issues seeing anything happen. I see stuff happen on stream, but then I don't see the corresponding heroes in my game.
I will suggest sometimes muting stopping the video on the stream and just monitoring the chat. I don't even have the stream open because it takes up extra bandwidth.
Oh, that might be why, because I also have... I had another set of streams open that I forgot to close earlier. That might be why.
Aha! Yeah, Cytosine says we should see the full Termi-Nation team against Choke Point at some point. Absolutely. That is definitely something that we will do for faux shizzle. And in fact, I believe that is going to be the demo that we're going to be doing at PAX. I don't know that that's 100%, right. But I think we're going to be doing challenge mode Choke Point versus the Termi-Nation heroes as the PAX demo. But I'm not sure about that.
That's awesome.
All right, so let's ready up. I think does this order look good to everybody?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
It's not alphabetical.
Oh, for goodness sakes.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, shoot. Did I remember to turn on?
Oh, did we forget to toggle?
Well, it was toggled when I left the room, so maybe it still is. Hang on. Yep. Challenge, Eco Titan. Okay. All right, so let's take a look at what we got here. Absolute Zero starting with Glacial Structure, Onboard Module Installation. All right, well, he's already won the game, since I know I can get one of my modules out. Sub-Zero, Atmosphere, and Thermal Shockwave. Unity starts with Brainstorm, Flash Forge, Platform Bot, and Turret Bot. And then Ra, Fire Blast, Flame Barrier, Imbued Fire, and Staff of Ra. And Chrono-Ranger, Displaced Armory, Hunter and Hunted, Just Doing My Job, and Kill on Sight.
Nice.
All right, I just got something buzzing. Okay, good. So let's see what we got here from Akash'bhuta. Living Rock Slide. Already one of my least favorite of the limbs.
Yep.
Anything that's area damage, I'm like, no, bad on you. Okay.
It's actually not super bad with 3 heroes because it's only 1 damage.
That's true.
But then with 5 heroes, it's 3 damage. You go, ugh.
Yeah. All right. So first things first. With full health, getting the isothermic transducer is good, but I think I'm actually going to start this as fast as possible. I'm going to get the Impale on her.
Yep.
And hopefully that'll just pay dividends throughout the course of the game. For those who didn't remember, Termi-Nation Absolute Zero's power is Violent Shivers. Until the end of your next turn, increase all damage dealt to and by Absolute Zero by 2. That's what I mean about it. It can be very dangerous, but oh my goodness, the fun stuff you can do with this power. I even was doing it. I was playing in a game with, I want to say it must have been, no, you know what it was? It wasn't Argent Adept. It was Prime Warden's Fanatic, where she lets other people use powers out of turn, and I had doubled this power on Absolute Zero, and wow, was that a lot of fun until I killed myself.
Well, of course, the casual accidental kills.
Cytosine says that would actually be an awesome Guy's Easter egg FPO. Haha, just kidding. We actually pitched that to Greater Than Games to have one of his opening lines have an FPO in it, or have him call that out at some point, because we actually had done that as you know, we made a funny FPO for the stream, and but they were like, you did it for the stream. It was funny enough. A lot of people aren't really going to get it. So, all right, I'm going to actually brainstorm here. So we got to. Oh, I'll draw another brainstorm and a B-bot. And I'll hit Akash'bhuta for 1, and I'll hit the limb for 1. And I'll stop dealing damage. All right, so this is a perfect example of what I was talking about. She's got nothing in play, she's got nothing in trash, but you know what? I'm going to draw another card. I found that my favorite way to sort of abuse this is with B-bot.
Yeah.
Because obviously, B-bot has it on destroy, and it's a really good way to trigger that without having to wait for it to get hit or ask a teammate to waste one of their damage dealings to get it, so. All right, Rob, what do you got for us?
In the interest of the fact that I haven't taken a whole lot of damage yet, and the fact that we need to do as much damage as possible, I'm thinking imbued fire makes the most sense here.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with that, at least for the time being.
Yeah, we can always use its power later if we need to.
Sure.
So I'm going to go ahead and deal 1 target, total of 3 fire damage. Do we just want to go ham on Akash'bhuta, or do we want to try and mitigate this rock slide?
I mean, we're not going to be able to... Well, actually, I guess if I play the right cards with the imbued fire, I could take out the rock slide if you hit it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
If you wanted to.
Yeah, I will happily do that.
Because, I mean, that will hit Absolute Zero, who has a +2 right now.
Yeah, and like I said, the broad damage limbs are the ones I tend to focus on first. Like, even though whatever the one is that deals like 4, or, what is it, Arboreal Phalanges. Oh, yeah, I guess that's an H, so it'll be only 3 in this game. And the ones that actually reduce damage to her are frustrating, but since they don't hit us too, it really just slows us down. So I tend to avoid those. Maybe not avoid them, but they're not my number 1 target for sure.
Right.
All right, and actually, so this is a perfect example. So now Unity's got to discard a card here, so I can think ahead and say, all right, well, who do I want to get into play next turn? And probably not going to be going after... I think B-bot I'll save to try and get into play in and of itself, and I'll probably get Platform bot in the trash so that I can get that out and start dealing a little bit of extra damage.
That seems like a good move. I'm thinking... Excavation here. Alternatively, Flame Barrier. Flame Barrier would help with... I think that's more useful than Excavation in this instance, so I'm going to go ahead and discard Excavation.
Yeah, especially this early in the game, you could potentially get another Excavation.
Exactly.
Once you can actually use
it.
And
I think it's too early to have that Hunter and Hunted for a marathon game like this.
Oh, yeah, I was playing a game earlier today against... Who was I playing against? I don't remember, but Chrono-Ranger was definitely the MVP. I mean, I was getting, bounties out left and right. Oh, man, which villain was it? Because it was important to who I was playing that it was helping me get that stuff out. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Was it? No. Oh, you know what it was? It was, I think it was actually Ambuscade. But I was playing with, putting bounties on his various... items and then killing them and getting card draws and all kinds of fun stuff. So it was good.
Spoiler alert, last year at Gen Con I was dressed up as Setback, and I will be this year as well. However, next year I'm thinking I might do an Ambuscade cosplay.
There was a pretty solid Ambuscade 2 years ago at Gen Con, a buddy of mine from Atlanta.
Nice. Well, I found a really sweet Red Hood mask. That I was like, oh, we can probably just mod this and make this happen.
Yeah, so at PAX, I will be reprising my role as Luminary, who I was going to do at Gen Con this year but didn't get to because I ended up having to leave a little early. Oh, yeah, right, that turns into fire now. And then I don't know who I'm going to do for Gen Con this year, but I have some ideas, potentially based on our next game. I've already said too much.
Well, I already know Vanilla Setback is coming back for PAX. He will be at the booth on Saturday.
Nice.
Although my panel is also on Saturday, so I have to find a way to change out of the Setback costume and put nice clothes on.
No, you don't. Come on.
Panel as Setback. Send it. Seems good.
So we killed the Living Rock Slide only to get 2 more Living Rock Slides, it looks like.
Of course.
Yeah, they
That would
just
happen.
multiplied.
Yeah, well then I'm extra glad that we got rid of it.
Yeah.
For sure. I think I'm actually just going to brainstorm again because there really isn't anything else useful right now, so I'll do that. There we go, construction pylons. So then now I know what I'm going to do next time around. Let me read up that Tendrils of Madness. The end of the environment turn the card deals the target with the highest HP 1 infernal damage. Increase damage dealt to that target by 1 until the start of the next turn. So did that hit her?
It hit
Yes, it did.
Akash'bhuta, yeah.
That's why I'm
Yeah.
seeing... yeah, okay. Good. And rock slide. All right, and now nothing in play.
Leo9981, I did stream as Setback a little while ago, and everything went wrong, and it was fantastic.
I feel like I remember
Alright.
that stream.
Yep, you were there. But no, Gen Con this year, the Setback costume is going to be changing slightly, and it's not Dark Watch.
Were there any hints about that in the letters page today?
I haven't quite gotten through it all the way.
Yeah, me neither. I'm probably 2/3 of the way through.
Yeah.
Oh
So-
man, I completely forgot. I had a whole joke all set up. I was gonna be like, we've had a bit of a setback. John's not gonna be here this week. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I completely dropped the ball on that.
Well, you can do it in the YouTube description.
Fantastic. Krista, are you listening? That happened.
There was absolutely zero chance that John could be here.
No.
We don't have Team Unity here. Yeah, raw.
So,
we're losing puns here.
and
tried.
once again,
noble
Sentinels
effort.
Live devolves into the pun war. So, I'm thinking either. I mean, Staff of Ra just seems a little loose here, because again, I haven't really taken that much damage. Although, and Flame Blast could potentially knock out or knock lower one of the living rock slides. It doesn't quite kill it. I could kill the other one potentially.
The flame barrier could help with hurting them when they hit you the next
That's
turn.
what I'm thinking. Is Flame Barrier probably makes the most sense. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Yep, I'm fine with that. I mean, again, just to be that guy. Even if I have full HP, I will often play the Staff of Ra just for the damage boost. Just
Yeah,
to keep it out.
when I'm playing, especially in the tabletop version, I will often just windmill slam the staff as quickly as possible. But I mean, we already have one Jeremy tonight.
Exactly.
And
And this is obviously a good one because we've got to get the damage moving as much as possible. So
I can knock Tendrils right out. Alternatively, I can set up Chrono-Ranger to deal with one of the rock slides. What do you guys think?
Let's see, I could do
yeah, what are you
like
thinking of doing, Chrono-Ranger?
I could do 2 points of damage 3 times. I guess if I could get if I get Danny, but I don't have any bounties yet in play, so that would be a little issue. I don't know. I have 6 points of damage floating somewhere.
Okay. How many targets, I guess, is the question for that 6.
3 targets, 2.
Okay.
I'd probably take one of the one living rock slide
The-
down so we can at least get that one out. I'm not
The
super concerned
higher
about the
or lower?
Tendrils
I'm
of
thinking-
Madness right now.
Okay. I'm just gonna.
At least hitting Akash'bhuta.
Right. I mean,
Until
she does,
yeah,
but remember,
environment
like, these
makes
living
it
rock
too.
slides are not her damage. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right,
These
yeah.
deal the damage themselves, so...
All right. I'm gonna deal the living rock slide and put it within death range for Chrono-Ranger.
Now, what I meant by it's damaging Akash'bhuta, not
Right, it
benefiting
is. Yeah,
Akash'bhuta.
right. It is damaging her, and then also boosting her damage. But she does less damage to us than her limbs are doing right now. So
Right.
Right.
So, am I taking out this rock slide here?
that would be my
Think so.
choice. Yeah.
All right. Akash'bhuta is immune to that damage? What?
What? God, it's
Also,
so
here's more
challenging.
damage. So let's see. That's gonna be 3 and 2. That's 5. So terrible tech strike and displaced armory and quick shot. 'Cause I don't know that I necessarily have a better power. Well, okay. Because we gotta stop this damage.
Yeah, we gotta got to sponge it up here.
Yeah, especially because, with Absolute Zero already down to 15, and every time he takes a hit, it's going to be at least 3.
Oops, that was...
Oh,
I pressed the
big
wrong
whiff.
button. I thought to myself, okay, there's nothing in my trash, and then I hit trash.
Oh.
So no mint tonight.
All right, so high on the prize. Hit you. Terrible tech strike. Terrible tech strike.
Yeah, level up Leo. John, as I mentioned at the top, which I'll repeat for those who are just joining us, John is traveling to San Francisco right now, and so he is on an airplane and unable to join us. Although with all the way tech works these days, maybe he is able to join us. Maybe he just doesn't want to.
By last report, he was sprinting through an airport, 100 meters.
There we go.
All
right,
that's
excellent.
what we're talking about. All right, what do we got here? Charging Triceratops.
All right, not too bad. Out comes a Phalanges.
I was waiting for the... Oh, right, Tendrils of Madness can't actually hit Akash'bhuta. That's right. I was
Correct.
expecting Entomb from the environment play.
Oh, yes. Nice. Hit him.
That was
flame
pretty good.
barrier. All right, so do we?
Currently the MVP.
So what kind of ongoing destruction have we got? Anything? If I get out the B-bots, yeah. So if I construction pylon and then get out either 2 B-bots or like a B-bot and a platform bot, I can kill it with my power and get rid of that. Is that the best choice for Entomb?
Yeah.
I think so, because, Unity's our most reliable ongoing destruction.
Yeah.
Especially with her base power now.
Yeah.
Can always get... Or no, I guess once the B-bots... Oh no, I guess if you reconfigure to destroy B-bot manually. But when it's destroyed by Entomb or elsewhere, it could just go in the trash and then brought back by reconfigure.
All right, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get Cryo Chamber out. I would get out Thermal Shockwave, but I have no way to mitigate the damage from it because everything is fire damage right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have my other module either. So I think I'm just going to leave it at that for the time being, and we'll hope that we can see what's what in a little bit.
Sure.
Still getting my Impale doing some 3 damage per turn. Actually, I did 5 damage on that this turn, so that was good. All right, so let's construction pylon. And I guess the question is, should I get out 1 B-bot? And then actually, from a mechanical point of view, I should explain this too. When you kill or destroy, a golem from Unity's power, it does not go in the trash. It gets shuffled into your deck. There's, if I don't let that one die a natural death, I can't get it back immediately. So I think, since we're trying to do a lot of damage, I think I'm just gonna do 1 B-bot and then a second platform bot.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah, does that sound like a reasonable idea to you as well, Mark?
On a scale from 1 to 10, I would say it's very reasonable.
All right. I like it. All right, so platform bot. Oh, but that was my power. Oh, right. Duh. So dumb. Okay, so I'll be using
that's
that
what the
power
chat
next.
was saying, but it's fine because B-bot will still be destroyed by Entomb
Yeah.
or by something else earlier.
All right. So, am I trying to get rid of the Phalanges, or should I just go right after her? I feel like that's the one that does with the highest HP 3 melee damage, which I don't know. To me, I feel like we could probably
Not as
suck that
bad
up.
as 2 projectile across the board.
Worth noting, Arboreal charging Triceratops hits the target with, other than itself, with the second lowest, which means that would target the Phalanges. I believe. Oh no,
It's going to target the
tendrils
Tendrils or platform bot currently.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry. Yeah, the boss.
Target, so it includes environment targets.
Yeah.
So if both of the platform bot hits go on the phalanges, then the Triceratops could take the phalanges out.
Yep, that's true.
Because it'll be tied with B-bot for 1.
Yes, accurate. There we go.
All right.
I thought I had that math right.
Yeah, that's true. They're saying why not kill B-bot with Entomb? That since we can't get rid of it now, that is certainly a solid way to go.
This might be a good... No. I'm going to staff here.
Great.
And just start swinging at her. If the Triceratops is going to take care of the phalanges, I think it's just a good time to start leveling blow after blow at the big boss.
We're almost 10% of the way there.
Yay!
20 more turns to go. Let's see.
Yeah, if I have it in hand, Eye on the Prize is almost always my play.
It's like one of those cyclic cards that you could just play and then draw a card and play a card and have more options. But I like to combo the 1 damage together with by any means an ultimate target.
Sure, yeah, no, that is definitely a good point.
Hunter and hunted, and then just have 3 Eye on the Prizes deal 25 damage at once. Yes, 25 is not divisible by 3. That made no sense. I think I just want more cards to try to get by any means.
Yeah.
Update.
I like it.
And then Compounded Bow is already better than Danny Boy, so I guess I will Eye on the Prize.
Seems good.
Just to counteract what I just said.
Wow.
That's
Terrible
all right.
text string.
It's all about options. Talking about, again, one of those things that we have heard a lot from people who tried, when we put the blast out to the media when we launched it, or even after that, try out our card game, it'll be fun. For people who've never heard of it or never played it, there's this sort of misconception out there that's like, well, in any situation, you just play your best card and then that's it. Which, for those of us who play Sentinels a lot, we know that is absolutely not the case. And sometimes what seems to be the worst card in your hand will set up your teammates to do something amazing, or it'll, set you up for 2 turns from now. And so, that's definitely one of those things. It's one of the reasons why we're working with some of these larger streamers. We actually had sort of a coaching session with them to sort of go over, here's a lot of the things about this game that some people might not understand, that it would be helpful for you to help dispel those sorts of misconceptions.
Yeah,
So speaking of planning ahead, if I put no executions on an environment target and we destroy it, we can postpone the shuffling of the environment deck.
Aha.
Do we prefer Akash'bhuta on her front side or her back side, though?
Yeah, let's see what happens on the flip. Whenever the villain target is destroyed, the top card of the environment deck is discarded. Whenever an environment target is destroyed, play the top card. Yeah.
Oh, and the interesting thing is that when that target would be destroyed, put on the bottom instead. So it's not actually destroyed, so it wouldn't trigger the flip side destruction effects. Should probably hold on to that, I guess, for the flip side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just Terrible Tech Strike.
Sure.
Just, wail on Akash'bhuta.
Yeah, this Imbued Fire has been helping us out quite a bit. I actually already had it in my head that we were playing Ultimate, so I was looking for her advanced rule, like, oh, what's the flip side do? She deals more damage. Oh, wait, no, it's not even there. My goodness, it's going to be so easy.
I mean, I feel like this is the Jeremy fight if ever there was one.
Oh, totally. And I will say, it took me... I basically did a randomize, and I played with whatever heroes they gave me, and I set up Ultimate Akash'bhuta in... I don't remember what environment it was, but it took me 6 tries with that exact setup to finally beat her on Ultimate. But it felt so good when I finally did it.
Yeah. So, a Marsquake happens. Is there an order that we want to this? That was a misclick.
So that B-bot's going to be destroying Entomb, right?
Well...
So that Entomb is worse than Marsquake, damage-wise.
Right.
Especially with the tendrils hitting Akash'bhuta.
Yeah.
And actually, yeah, so this works out good, because this means if we hit B-bot now, it'll actually go to the trash instead of so I can
Getting
get
shuffled.
it back
Yeah.
next turn, but not before Entomb would go off. So, all right. Well, let's do that first, as long as we're. Oh, you guys outvoted me.
Oh,
Sorry. Well,
That's
Whoops.
all right. There goes Beebot. All right. So first things
Beebot was
first.
dying anyway.
What do I want to hit? Should I get rid of the tendrils now, or should I go for Akash'bhuta? Because I don't think we're trying for the Triceratops, right?
I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think the Triceratops really matters right now.
I mean, we can try to get the Triceratops aiming at limbs for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right, so Entomb is gone, and now we can fast forward through all this. Great. Oh, and Entomb is back.
Of course it is.
Well,
That's
thankfully,
okay.
Marsquake can destroy Entomb, as long as we sacrifice the non-go.
Accurate.
Cool.
So.
Yeah, so let's see. Marsquake at the end of the environment turn, destroy one villain ongoing card, one hero ongoing card, and one environment card. Right. Okay. I think I might actually get that glacial structure. Except I knew I need an extra power usage to use it and still keep my damage. Actually, you know what? I'm getting low. I am just going to glacial structure. And then hopefully I'll be able to get my null point at some point and start healing myself up. All right, I got an onboard module installation, so that's fine.
Sweet.
And at some point then we'll have to defirify us so that I can actually start doing that.
I mean, if we have to destroy an ongoing card coming up, I can take it.
Look at that. Okay, I don't want to robot reclamation because there's only one in there, and I don't even think I want to flash forge because I got plenty. Unless I want to get rid of like turret bot and go for like swift bot or stealth bot.
Those are like the two golems I usually try to start with.
Yeah.
Extra card plays and defense on the extra card plays.
Well, I mean, unless
and draws.
So the finishing the thought that was in my head but didn't come out of my mouth yet. Would anybody benefit from a hasty augmentation right now? More proportion to me just doing that stuff.
Well, hasty augmentation with the compounded bow is pretty sick.
That's very true.
Yeah, that's fine because yeah, that's fine. Let's do that.
Alrighty. So that Triceratops now is certainly going after
Bots, right?
Oh, are you going to get a B-bot back in play?
I am.
Because you're going to use reconfigure, so it could aim at the tendrils of madness right now. Or we could hit it at B-bot for some reason. I don't need to hit it.
Yeah, that's fine. Nice. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of one of my platform bots. Get B-bot out, and I draw another robot reclamation and a powered shockwave. Ooh, good times. And this will just go right after Akash'bhuta. Don't let Jeremy steer you too much toward damage. Setting up for future turns is not a bad thing. Yes, that is true. I like to think that I'm participating in the conversation and not necessarily saying we have to do all the damage all the time.
So I presume Marsquake is going away as part of itself.
I would believe so.
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
be fine with that.
Yeah, that seems good.
So I don't want another round of 2 melee across the board.
Right. I'm thinking then that I'm gonna Scorched Earth kind of messes us up, doesn't it? Or does it? Because it targets tendrils.
Triceratops would take out
The other platform
what was I
bot.
gonna do at that point?
But that's fine
take out
because
that-
remember I can always get it back before
Right.
before it would go off anyway. So
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking that while there's 3 cards, maximize the effect of it.
yeah, I agree. I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. Cool. Make that.
Yeah, come on, Akash'bhuta. You're gonna come into our house? No, you're not.
We're
more than a quarter of the way there.
Care of imbued fire, so I'm gonna go ahead and level this shot right at her dome, and then I'm gonna disappear for a second and feed my cats.
What's up, Four Eyes? Spirit of Chaos.
So I should not play just doing my job right now.
She'd be Eight Eyes if she wore glasses.
Do I have any bounties in my trash? I do have some. I have one.
Oh, thanks, Cytosine.
Oh, what were we losing imbued fire to Marsquake? Was
We
that
are.
the plan? So that Absolute Zero can do cold damage? Okay. So I don't need to put a sacrificial one out. Can bounties be played on heroes? No, they can't. Darn.
Yeah, I think it
Sorry
has to
about
be a
that.
non-hero target. Yep. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, right. It has to be a non-character card target, right? So it could be, like, you can play it on a bot or a golem or whatever, but you can't play it on...
That wasn't the card I was looking at, actually, but yeah.
That's not me selecting. I was
on
double-clicking.
No, you were looking at no executions. I was looking at kill on sight, which is non-hero target, but no executions could be played on a golem, for sure. But I was saving that for an environment target on the flip side.
Aha.
So, I don't know. Any suggestions? I guess I could just doing my job, and we could discard even more cards for more options. Here, I'll do that.
Yeah, that seems good.
I only have like 7 cards in my hand. I need more.
I'll never
It's
forget
almost twice the amount you start with. So little.
I'll never forget the first time I played. My buddy played Bunker and had 20 cards in his hand at one point,
Yeah, so that
and then realized what the Omni Cannon did.
Yeah, that game that you guys caught the very end of when we first started the call, that was, I had Bunker just cycling. I literally had, I think, yeah, like you said, about 20 cards in hand, in addition to the 9 or 10 or 11 or whatever it was that I had put under the Omni Cannon already. Good times.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right, I have to discard from this one too. Haha. You guys can feel free to tell me that
You're
if I'm
too
clearly not paying attention.
I didn't want to interrupt.
your story.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. But you guys don't even work for me. You could. It's not like. Well, that's true. John doesn't work for me either. But like when we had like David on, or if we have like Jen on, and they're like, dude, come on. They probably are a little bit worried that I might be like, hey, now you're talking to your boss. But I wouldn't be like that. That's not the way I run this outfit. Oh, and actually, we did get some tweets this week. Someone was like, hey, what's the story with the name Handelabra? And I realized that we talked about it on the stream, but it didn't actually exist anywhere that was publicly readable. So we've updated our About page with the story of the name of Handelabra. And they also then noticed that David and Krista do not yet have biographies on that page, which is actually not my fault. They've both been assigned to write them. Everybody writes their own biography, and they just haven't gotten around to it yet. So once they do, we absolutely will be posting those, and everyone will get to learn, you know, their social security number and birthday and all that.
Okay, Han Solo, it's not my fault.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault. They told me they fixed it. Actually, that's Lando. But same shit.
That's Lando, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're losing
Yes.
imbued fire, but we have by any means. So
Yes.
half of one.
Bit of a trade.
Marsquake.
Or I messed that up entirely. Half of one, 6 a dozen of the other ones.
Half of one, 6 dozen of the other. That is how I'd like to trade.
Oh. Oh, and surprise shots. Oh.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, so yeah, Sunbird says you're the boss. Get on him about that, about writing the biographies. Yeah, and I think I just explained that that's not how I run this outfit. All right, so yeah,
Yeah.
as well.
Well.
And I assume I'm getting rid of that surprise shopping trip.
Yes.
Yeah.
It hurts us and not her. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
well,
that's
I guess
Unity.
we could have done. Did we do 1 damage to her?
We can.
Yes.
She's immune to environment damage.
Oh, she's immune to environment damage. Right. Stupid
Yeah.
challenge modes. Who wrote these? All right.
I'm gonna guess Christopher.
Yep.
And c'est la vie.
Excuse me. We were trying to get set up.
How rude.
How rude. That's all right though, because now I can. Oh, I got an impale back.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
But I am gonna get this out because I'm gonna need to start healing up.
Mhm.
And yeah, actually, I guess yeah, I'll do this. And then that way, what I'll do is, if you've got an extra piece of fire damage to throw somewhere, Ra, or anybody else who has it, I'd love you to hit me with it so I can heal myself up for some extra. That's the thing I love about this power on this new one is, like I said, it's so dangerous because it's dealt and damaged. It's damage dealt and received. So when he deals himself 1 fire damage, it's actually like 5 because it's 2 on the way out and an extra 2 on the way back in. So it's very easy to heal him up pretty quick. All right. What are the bots in the trash? Okay, so I got a B-bot and a platform bot in the trash. And champion and a B-bot in hand.
Also, turret bot is at the end of your hand.
Sivestein says, are we going to MomoCon this year? It's not looking good. We were going to potentially send the new game to their indie showcase, but unfortunately it's not quite ready for that. And so as a result, it's not worth it for us, unfortunately. But I was really trying to go to MomoCon. I loved that show. It was a fun little show. All right, so I think I'm actually going to Flash Forge. And I'm going to get rid of the Robot Reclamation. And I think the other Flash Forge. And then... should I do 3? Yeah, you know, I'm probably not going to use the Champion bot. But this way it's in the trash if I want it. So let's grab a Construction Pylon. And... Swift Bot. And maybe Stealth Bot too? Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that seems good.
And then I can't do the first part of this, but I will get out. What do we think? Is there
Bum-ba-da-bum.
are we some damage, or should I get that B-bot back in play in case we need to deal with like an environment? Because if we hit, well, yeah, let's see what the environment's going to do. The environment is either going to be Atlantean Throne Room, Fixed Point, Passing Tumbleweed, or Rift in Time.
Well, Rift in Time will just play the next card, so
What does that give us? That gives us a
Tumbleweed.
33% chance of Fixed Point, basically.
Fixed Point with Termi-Nation Unity. Interesting.
All right, I think I'm just going to get out the damage dealer then.
I support this.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Chomps.
Try as Unity might, she cannot destroy her mechanical golem and shuffle it into her deck. At least the other effects aren't contingent on that.
So I'm thinking Fire Blast here. Not much option in my hand. I mean,
Yep.
there's no fire damage being leveled at us currently, so I'm just thinking go ham.
Right.
Poof. And
Bam.
some more ham. And I'm going to quickly add something to the chat.
Alrighty.
All the ham.
Well, since I just lost the card I had been looking for this entire game, let's get it back.
Yeah.
And let's get it back.
By all means, get back by any means.
Huh. Now I don't have to select fire this time. So I'll counteract the fire with the cold.
There you go.
She needs to cool off a bit. She's been playing too many bad things.
Chrono-Ranger
Oh,
fires an arrow coated in icy hot. Shaquille O'Neal will be proud.
All right, we got the Tumbleweed. Oof. Okay, here we go.
It's happening.
Yep.
Oh no!
Carapace, reduce the damage.
Okay.
Brambles. Phalanges.
Okay.
And
Okay.
Allies of the Earth. Well, all right, another Carapace. All right, so really just the Brambles and the Phalanges, which...
Yeah.
So not terrible.
Nope.
So
The
Platform
worst.
Bot cannot deal damage.
Nope.
So that's, not ideal, but not, could be worse.
Yeah, this is not the worst.
All right, so let's see here.
It's not awful.
All right, I think... Yeah, so one of the things that I actually did, although I didn't do it with Cryo Chamber out, so Thermal Shockwave, you have to be really careful with it, but I could potentially... So far, no cold damage this turn. Okay. We definitely are going to want... See, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to go another turn without healing, because I feel like I don't know if I'm going to make it, so...
Yeah.
At the very least, you could just use it on yourself, hit yourself
Yeah.
for the cold, and you regain 5.
Yeah, so
And
if I do
then-
this... It's actually, so it's 6.
Oh, and with Cryo Chamber, it's +1.
Yep.
And then I think
You've
I'm
still
gonna...
dealt 0.
So I've still dealt 0, so I could probably do... Basically, I can do 1, I think. Well, no, actually, now that I healed up, I can do 2. So let's do... What do we think? Should I be throwing one of them at Akash with that bonus on it? Well, I guess there's 2 Carapaces. Arrgh!
Right.
Yeah.
Carapaces are hurting us now.
Mm-hmm. Or, I mean, hurting is not the right word. Hindering
Yeah,
would be better.
hindering, yeah, totally.
They're hurting our abilities to deal damage,
There you go.
which to Jeremy is quite damaging.
Yeah, to Jeremy, that's damage.
Yes, exactly right. All right. I mean, if I was playing just me, I'd probably hit the Phalanges here. Because the Brambles is most likely going to go after, like, if I get out Swiftbot, okay, so Swiftbot can't deal damage. Sad
Right.
trombone. Thoughts?
Well, the Triceratops is going to hit... You don't have a golem anymore, do you? Oh, you do.
I
Platform
do,
bot.
but
It's
it can't deal
gonna hit-
damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Construction Pylon and probably get out Swiftbot and something else. I don't know what yet. Potentially B-Bot, since we've got another ongoing occurs to deal with.
Well, if you can get a limb down to 3, then the Triceratops can take it out.
True.
All right, I'm going to hit the
don't
Phalanges with this, and then I'm going to...
Yeah.
All right, so now, wait, hang on a second. So now I dealt 3 cold damage this turn, which is going to be 5. And then I'm going to hit... I'm going to hit...
Marvel as Jeremy
Be
does
7
math.
to yourself, because it's 3 plus
Yeah,
2 plus
so-
2
So I'm going to
minus
hit her
1,
for
so
2.
6.
And then, there we go. Yes.
Aha.
Yoink. Ah, that's what I love to see.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Feels like I just experienced the rubber band.
I feel much better about Absolute Zero now. All right, so Construction Pylon, and I'm definitely going to get out Swiftbot, and yeah, Stealthbot might actually not be a bad idea here.
Yeah.
That would make, well, in that case, Stealthbot would be the second lowest.
True.
Fistful of dice. So 2 plus 2 plus
1 plus
1
2 plus 1 plus 1, or 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1? No, there was 1
2 plus
shot
2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2
2
plus 1? But that
It
stuff
all
would
equals
really
42,
happen.
whatever.
So you know that was Clue, right?
Communism was just a red herring.
Just I'm gonna go home and have sex with my wife. Good times. All right.
Is there or is there not anybody else in this house? Yes, there is, or yes, there isn't. All right.
Yeah. Let's do. I don't. Yeah. You know what? Forget it. I'm just B-botting it.
Yep.
And then, I got a supply crate, volatile parts. Can't deal damage. Sad trombone.
Yep. All right. Ugh. My hand is not strong right now. I mean, I could.
Just play your best card. Come on. So
Yeah,
easy.
right. that the problem is neither of these cards are particularly great. I guess it's Flame Spike and Pyre and Chuck the Staff.
That's what I would do. I mean, more
Yep.
damage is more damage, and where you send it, obviously, it can be up for discussion at this point. I mean, she's almost down to
Right.
half HP, which is solid.
Yeah, but the carapaces are in the way, and that would reduce it back to its
Yeah.
normal
If only
damage.
we brought Parsalons for some irreducible.
2 of the phalanges brings it down to 7. I can just try and wipe the phalanges out before they start hitting us.
I don't have any problem with that, since we know
Yeah,
that is
seems-
going to be a thing.
Yeah, just level fire all blows at that. So let's Pyre
Oh,
first.
yeah, so what he was just... So in the chat, Sockfoot says, imbued fire and keep the staff for when fixed point comes out. And then you could use it.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
except that the environment shuffled, so
Right, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
it did. So
less
we're
of a
not gonna
chance
see
to get it at this point.
yeah.
He says, sorry, I meant Flesh of the Sun God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh.
right. Alright,
Nah.
so that's good.
And there goes the
Discard
throne
at the top
room.
of the... What was
Yep.
it? Throne room? Okay.
Throne room, yeah.
All right, so I saved this. No, not that. I saved, what was it? No executions for preventing an environment card from getting destroyed, and the passing tumbleweed is certainly going to destroy an environment target. So that seems
Alright,
wise.
good. Yep.
Now what? Always so indecisive. Well, I guess I could get ultimate target out.
Mm.
Oh no, we still have allies of the earth. Mm.
Yeah, that's true.
Although the Triceratops is going to go after... Well, it could go after Bebot, or we could have it hit the passing tumbleweed.
Mhm.
Well, is there something else? Oh, yeah, right. There's the tumbleweed. So, yeah, we could get Bebot to get rid of that Allies of the Earth for sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Having the recursion on B-bots is fantastic.
To understand recursion, you need to understand recursion.
Accurate.
Oh, shoot. I was so excited by that, and then I forgot about all the minuses.
Yeah.
I guess it's 1 to a Carapace or 1 to Akash'bhuta. Which is a better plan? I guess I'll just hit Akash'bhuta directly because I can do
Yeah.
1 point.
Yeah. You can get through her carapaces for the moment.
I was going to say, if you wanted to maybe throw that at F-Zero, make it fire and throw it at Absolute Zero, and then I could
can't
hit her
choose-
for quite a bit.
The second hit goes to where the first hit
Oh,
wins.
does it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
Alright,
you'd have to take the projectile hit first.
Alright,
so
I get to hit...
I think next priority is the carapace, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go after one of the carapaces because it's 2 versus only 1 to her, so... and then I'll get rid of that Allies of the Earth. And then, is the Tumbleweed going to take out itself?
Yeah, it has to.
Okay.
Because if we hit the Triceratops, then Akash'bhuta plays a card.
Mm.
Right.
Giant mutated specimen.
Do you have... Oh, you don't have Stealth Bot out.
I don't. Unity's fine to take one of these.
Sure.
Well, Platform Bot continues to take it for the team. But that was a remarkably safe moment for the environment turn there. Alright, so I'm going to onboard module installation to get an extra card. I'll pull another null point in my hand. Keep that for later. Anything I want from the trash? There is not. Okay, so do I impale? To impale or not to impale? Or potentially cold snap. Cold snap with
Snap would be
Termi-Nation is
interesting.
great.
Yeah.
And I still
But
have my
it can
thermal
potentially
shockwave.
wreck the environment, though. Oh well.
Yeah,
I was gonna say might do, but like, I think I'm okay with that here.
yeah, I think I am too. The tricky bit, of course, is that oh yeah, I don't have my bonuses on. So if I turn on my bonuses, I won't be able to use thermal shockwave this turn. But that's probably okay. The trick is that you gotta, again with the bonuses, cold snap has the potential to do like 30 cold damage before it even gets to my, my
Yeah,
card
yeah.
phase. So I gotta be real careful. But that's fine. I'm gonna turn this up because I think dealing 3 to everything with cold snap is definitely the way to go.
Yeah.
And I got a focused apertures. Fantastic. I am getting all kinds of setup here. So that's probably... so I guess that means that Disrupt the Field is probably about to come out. Or whichever one is that kills all our stuff.
Yeah, right.
What's the one that kills all our stuff? I can't think of these. That's the thing. John is the one who knows it all from memory and everything.
I see focused apertures, and I always think aperture science. But if it were aperture science, it would be like the aperture science increase cold damage by 1 equipment card thing, because aperture science tends
it's a
to
ridiculous
have
name.
enormously long and complicated names for things.
Okay, so I have a couple options here. I could powered shockwave and do 2 damage to the carapace and the brambles and stuff, but I don't think I'll get through her. Well, I could maybe by any means make that happen. I could volatile parts, which I basically am going to get to use any turn that I use my power, because every time I kill a golem, I'll get to hit it. But I don't have a choice of what I hit. It's got to be the lowest. What's that?
I
It was
think
supply
it's supply crate.
Yeah, and then my third choice then is obviously supply crate. So I think it looks like you guys are for that. So we got another volatile parts.
Especially with this Unity, your only option is to destroy it at the start of your turn to draw 2 cards, so you'll have more options next turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So back to the first question.
Oh yeah, volatile parts. If you destroy platform bot with your power, then you could also hit the charging Triceratops.
True. Yeah.
Yep. All right, I like it. So yeah, we're gonna get rid of the platform bot, and then hit Triceratops for 1, and then I guess it's B-bot.
Yep. Bring in the B. She's starting to remind me of that villain from one of the CW shows that's just all about making bees. I think it was The Flash.
I've not seen that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and Living Conflagration because damage. Keep working on this carapace here. See if we can get through that. And I'm going to continue doing that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Thanks, Bella Sorcier. Have a great evening.
All right, that Triceratops is going after.
At this point, a limb.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, it is.
No.
It's going after
Is
the
it?
carapace with 5.
Yep. Because my
good.
B-bot is 1, but Swiftbot is 6.
Oh, yeah. Yep, you're right. So it's going to hit the carapace.
3 damage. So if I can do 2 points of damage to it, it will take it out.
Yeah.
Trying to see what's in my deck still. Ooh, the whole gang. But I can't do enough damage to anything else to trigger that just yet.
Right.
Ooh, Masada would be useful. I'm doing that
Masada.
at least. Because then I don't care about carapaces anymore.
Yeah, you're right.
And then I guess I could put another bounty out to power up the Masada.
Kill on sight on board here. I mean, kill on sight and attach it to.
Oh, yeah, so that in contract, I suppose.
Attach it to the carapace, maybe?
Yeah, the carapace is next to go. Right?
Yeah, I think. Oh, no. Wait. Triceratops and Bebot. Or am I missing a step here? Because Triceratops is 2, Bebot's 1.
Triceratops can't hit itself. It deals a target other than itself.
Right.
Yeah, so it'll go after the carapace.
So it'll go with the carapace. Yep.
And now I scoff at your damage reduction, Akash'bhuta.
Haha.
50% of the way there! Woohoo!
Yay!
Halfway
At
home.
this rate, we're finishing at 9:12 p.m.
Yeah, we've got her down to the kind of HP that a villain might start with. So that's good. I don't even think there's another villain with even this much to start. Is there?
Omnitron.
Yes.
Omnitron. Yep.
Well, yeah, Omnitron and Skinwalker Gloomweaver.
Oh,
On
okay.
her flip side,
On
right?
the flip side, right.
Yep.
Filter spy. Tinker Tenor Filter spy. Wah, wah. All right. We got
Sue.
I mean,
Well,
of
next
these
turn,
three, the
I
only
can
one
get-
that actually has healing potentially is Chrono-Ranger.
Yeah,
Correct.
Chrono-Ranger with Dead or Alive can start healing, so I can take it.
Yep.
All right, what fresh hell is this? Ah.
Good grief.
All right.
I mean, it's
Now
good
we've
that
got a
we
third
filtered out
carapace.
all of the
War equipment.
the
That's
mountainous-
true.
not
All-
mountainous. The
yeah.
living rock slides were the first 3 cards for deck, so we're not going to see them for at least 4 more card plays.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. Destroy 4 equipment cards. All right.
Oh, and it's also going to.
I'm fine to lose the cryo chamber. If that's one that.
You have a null point in hand, at least. I want to keep my Masada in my hat. I'm selfish.
Yeah, and I think volatile parts can go.
Yeah, I was gonna say volatile parts you've got a duplicate of, so.
I hate to say it, but I
two more?
think supply crate has to be one. I'd love to get 2 more cards, but I think she's pretty much doing all right at this point.
Yeah,
I could lose
think-
the bow.
Yeah, I really
Because
don't
I'm
want to
using
get rid of
Masada
either of
right
my
now.
other things.
Yeah, I was to
so.
say you're using Masada, so.
All right. Yes, healing up.
Well, that's actually good, because now Cold Snap's not going to kill the Triceratops.
Yeah.
And Bebot can't deal damage. Yeah, it's a crapshoot. Either one, I feel like.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. Okay. Who shall take some damage? I say all of you shall take some damage.
That even gets past her damage reduction.
Yeah.
Nice.
It does.
I did one to her. She's down to 99. All right.
So you've
so,
dealt 27 cold damage.
Yeah,
this
so
turn.
I'm not using my thermal shockwave for shizzle. And I guess the question is here. I could let's see. I could frostbound drain and then use the fire to heal myself back up a little bit more.
True.
The question is, what should I go? I'm assuming we should probably start nailing those carapaces because at this point, like, we really don't have a choice. Like,
Yeah, we have to.
unless we really feel like the phalanges need to get out of there.
What's it doing? 3 a turn?
Yes.
I think we can weather that for a little while.
I
Let's
do wanna
start
get
targeting
my
carapace.
Focused apertures out.
Yeah, the carapaces are slowing us down. The phalanges are whittling us down. Where are your stabs and summon stabs, Rob?
I know, right? Like, I'm drawing dead. I guess this is what I get. Last time I streamed, I was just drawing the nuts the whole game.
I think I might actually modular realignment here. what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that seems good.
Get the cryo chamber in hand. I don't actually want it in play, so we'll hit myself with that fire.
Yep.
And then, all of the carapaces are the same, so I'll just go after. You want me to go after the one with kill on sight?
Sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
there
that's the
we
way
go.
to do it right there. And I'm gonna keep using my thingy.
You've now dealt 34 cold damage this turn.
Oh, you know what's an interesting interaction that I discovered when I was playing that game earlier was with Termi-Nation Absolute Zero. So when you use his power, it lasts until the end of his next turn. And I was playing in Mars base with the countdown out. And the countdown says, would you like to skip the rest of your turn in order to put a card underneath it? So when you do, you skip drawing a card. Well, no, you skip drawing a card, you skip playing a card, you skip using a power. You also skip your end of turn. So as a result, it actually stayed in effect, which was awesome because he was all set up. So he was all set up, and I didn't have to reuse that power because it would still get the job done. And I had forgotten about that. But that is, again, letter of the law. Like, your turn does not technically pass through the end of turn phase. So as a result, that power does not expire. And I actually kept it going for like 4 turns that way, just, constantly throwing cards under the thingy. All right, so let's see here. Do I want to powered shockwave here? I'll get rid of one of the carapaces.
Do 3 damage.
I mean, yeah, that's not the worst option. Yeah, that seems pretty good.
All right, so we'll hit that.
Just hit the carapace first, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Because that'll allow you to at least get pound 1 through to her. Or maybe not.
No, that was the damage from the carapace dying.
Yeah.
They couldn't
Yep.
get through.
Okay, yep.
All right, so we got some card draw happening.
Mm-hmm.
This. Pow. It's definitely a good Jeremy game right now. I'm dealing wide area damage to everything.
Yep.
Oh, and I've got Swiftbot out, so I can do it again!
Yeah.
And actually, yeah. Oh, I can't get another one of the carapaces out, but I can get rid of.
And you're gonna knock the brambles down too.
Right.
Yeah, that's not gonna get through, but that's okay. Choose for me.
There goes fixed point.
Oh, okay. Good to know. And now B-Bot cannot deal damage, but is there one of those environments we want to get rid of?
I mean, it's Unity that deals the damage when B-Bot's destroyed, so that doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
Right, yeah.
Great, so I can definitely get rid of one of those carapaces, and then we just need to figure out what I want to deal with here. So let's carapace, get that.
Yeah.
Things are looking up.
But we're not playing with setback.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
But we might be playing with a
In
fumbling
spirit.
fool.
Well,
All right.
I mean...
All right, what am I trying to get rid of? Or nothing, I guess. I mean, I feel like we should probably...
I mean, if you do destroy one of these, she will play a card.
Yeah.
So that's the rub.
Right. What are the options?
Like, I don't really mind the specimen.
Well, if she plays Primeval Eruption at this point, she's not going to play anything, right? Because that'll have to trigger a reshuffle, and then it'll expire. Isn't that the way it works?
It will reveal 3 cards, because there are 3 cards left in her deck, and it will put the Ensnaring Brambles into play, discard the other cards, play the top card, so then her deck shuffles.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine to leave them all if we want. I mean, they're not doing a ridiculous amount of damage to us, but... Who am I going to put in play is the question. Should I get B-Bot out again? Or, I mean, yeah, all I have is that or Champion Bot, so it's definitely going to be another B-Bot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm going to skip.
Go for it. Skip it.
All right. And then we'll get the B-Bot back out. And I draw a Construction Pylon. And a Cryobot. And Inspired repair. Excellent. Yeah, so she's got all kinds of things to do next turn.
Yeah. Well, it's not limited, so might as well take the Carapace and the Phalanges down with me. Here we go. Excuse me. Carapace gone.
Nice.
Yeah, we know you can't hit.
I destroyed my bow because I was using the Masada, but now I want the bow because I don't need the Masada.
Well, it's not going to increase by anything, so Phalanges is going to stay.
Well, the Triceratops could go.
The Triceratops will
after
take it, right? Will it?
Yeah.
It won't. It won't anyway. So I have to hit it. Yeah. So okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's looking increasingly likely like this is going to be the only game that we play this evening.
Dang.
So I'm going to take this moment to remind everybody of all of the station identification info that we had at the beginning of the show, which is that, so if you're just arriving, first things first, unfortunately there will not be an episode of Sentinels Live next week. We are going to be at GDC. Basically, the entire company is going to be essentially shut down for the week, and we're going to be too busy learning about making games and meeting people who make games and having all kinds of fun stuff. That being said, you will be able to watch Sentinels being played on the internet because we have partnered with Shack News bloop, to have some streams over the next couple weeks. Wednesday, actually, type is Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern is when, and I misspelled Eastern, but that's okay. That's when you'll be able to watch Sentinels being played, and we would love it if you guys have some free time to pop into the chat and, talk up Sentinels, answer any questions that people have. We'll be there talking about it as well. But we're trying to get a lot of new people into the multiverse, and having them see what a great community we've got around the game would be super, super helpful. No, the first one is tomorrow. I don't know if I said next Wednesday or this Wednesday, but yeah, the first one is tomorrow at 4 p.m. It is also next Wednesday at 4 p.m. and the Wednesday after that at 4 p.m. So yes, 3 in a row. It's going to be happening.
In the words of Stanley Spadowski, be there! No?
UHF?
fans?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Nice. Supplies!
Stupid!
You get to drink from the fire hose! That's good stuff.
Oh, I gotta watch that movie again.
All right, man, we're losing all our equipment again.
Yeah.
Of course we are.
All right, wait, hang on.
It's
Let me
a
see
damn
what
shame.
I have both in my hand, so I can lose one of them.
I don't have. I want to get Hunter and Hunted now with compounded bow.
Dual screen at Cytosine. Clue on one screen, UHF on the other.
Dare I say,
All right, well,
Clue
I'll get rid of
HF?
Masada.
Clue HF, there it is.
yeah, I mean, I guess what is the one card we want to keep?
Yeah. I like the bow. I like my hat.
Yeah. I mean, I can get back both of them, but then I lose a turn of fancy schmanciness. I guess, actually, I could impale this turn. And then not have to worry about... Yeah, that's fine. I'll get rid of both of mine. And then I'll just figure out which one I'm going to pull back in a little bit.
What do you think? Hat versus bow?
Take Walker, it will start tomorrow.
Like, being able to play more cards is nice.
Yeah, I mean, you'll be able
Although
to
I
get yourself
guess-
set back up again pretty quickly. Set back up? You'll be able to get yourself set up again with Jim's hat much more quickly.
Yeah, because I guess compounded bow, like, it's a great power, but with Jim's hat, I could play cards that do 1 projectile damage, so...
Yeah.
Yep.
Half
at least
of one
there's
and 6
no,
a dozen of the
yeah.
other.
Exactly right.
6,000.
Alright, so let's get some damage out there. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, and guess I'm gonna impale her on her own card.
If I were to name this episode, it would be 6 of one, or
Half of
12
one, 6
half
dozen
of one,
the other.
6 dozen of another.
Very nice. Yeah, and sorry, Thermal Shockwave, not today. Keep my boost going so that I get to do 6, 5, and 6, like basically almost 10, either somewhere between 8 and 10 damage to her next turn right off the bat, which will be fantastic. All right, so, and speaking of damage, I think that is it's damage o'clock right now, so I think
Damage o'clock.
maybe I'll do.
Oh, I don't have the Brown Town emote.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna all the parts, and then I'm going to construction pylon, and I'm going to pylon the damage
Pile on the day.
Pylon the
to
damage.
Raptor
Oh.
bots.
Mr. Chumps, go to town.
Yes, this is what I
Eat,
like to
chomps,
see.
eat.
Eat.
Where are all your
Sustain
friends?
yourself.
Yeah, let's solar flare.
We're just going into Operation Destroy Her by next round.
Yeah. He's at 15. Yeah, he can take that.
Alrighty.
Nice. All right.
So I have a Hunter and Hunted left in my deck. Somewhere.
Accurate.
So do I eye on the prize twice? I guess because we can't win this turn, so
Yeah, you might as well.
Spin it.
I'm just gonna do my job
Works.
and see if I can get Hunter and Hunted first.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the card that I still have yet to actually play effectively. Sub-Zero Atmosphere. That's actually, yeah, as much as I was talking up how much I love Absolute Zero, that is a card I really do need to like just workshop and figure out how to use it and what scenarios to use it in.
It's not good against a villain who plays a card at the end of their turn, and it's not good against a villain who can destroy ongoings, which Akash'bhuta is capable of, but as long as you have enough ongoings to pay for it, it actually can work out well, because like if she gets out like a Primeval Eruption that puts out a bunch of damage dealers on her play phase, they don't deal damage for one round.
Yeah.
It's only if she plays it on her turn though. So it's, if the environment...
Did I
makes her
say
play a card.
Sub-Zero? Oh, Sub-Zero Atmosphere. Okay, I thought someone was making fun of me that I had said Sub-Zero instead of Absolute Zero. But yes, it's Sub-Zero Atmosphere.
My buddy does that all the time, and it just it makes my skin crawl every single time.
Hunter and Hunted.
Right on.
All right, so how dangerous is it to put it into play right now?
I mean, you got 16.
There are 3 bounties in play. What's going to be hitting Chrono-Ranger? Triceratops is going to hit a Raptor bot.
Yep.
Giant Mutated Specimen will hit me for 4, puts me down to 12. Ultra Spy will skip me.
Correct.
And Akash'bhuta...
Doesn't deal damage on her own. Most likely.
All right. We're doing it.
Do it!
Yep.
Yeah, I will say, thematically, I think that Sub-Zero Atmosphere, I mean, mechanically, I think I understand how it works, but when I hear Sub-Zero Atmosphere, I think it's exactly backwards. Like, to me, if you're in Sub-Zero Atmosphere, it should slow things down, so it should be like, things that happen at the beginning of the turn should happen at the end of the turn, not
Yeah.
things that happen at the end of the turn should happen at the beginning of the turn. So I think it's kind of thematically backwards. But that's just my thoughts.
Well,
But
it
that's
does
none of
slow it
my
down.
business.
In a way of thinking. It slows it down because they play a card. They have to wait 1 round for that card's actions to trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. That certainly does make some sense. All right, let's see here.
Marvelous. The 3 of us try and investigate the internal workings of Christopher's mind.
Yeah. All right, so
Play Sub-Zero Atmosphere and then turn the AC to max. And
Move to the Antarctic.
all right, we
So
could save
I
a
assume-
Raptor bot.
yeah, I was gonna say
but-
that's what I'm just trying to decide here is like
If she plays Entomb though, then we're like losing the Raptor bots anyway. If she plays the Brambles, that's fine. If she plays the Eruption, she gets
Then
the
she's playing the
Brambles,
Brambles.
discards the Entomb, and then plays something random. So I feel like it's better to lose the Raptor Bot.
Yeah, you know what? We can
Although
lose the
Volatile
Raptor
Parts
Bot.
is gonna take out the other guy anyway.
Oh,
Right. Oh, yeah.
So actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, back
maybe
that
we
up.
should have saved the Raptor Bot then.
Wait, where are we? Yes, no,
Start
sorry,
of turn.
start of turn. There we go.
Overthought it.
Yep. All right, so the question is, do we want to do the Filter Spy or do we want to do the Giant Mutated Specimen?
Well, the Filter Spy is going after Chrono-Ranger.
Yeah.
Specimen would hit Chrono-Ranger, but
for
for
less.
less. So I'd probably go for the Spy.
Oh,
Yeah, go for
okay,
it.
the
Yeah,
Spy.
it's
All right.
Spy.
Okay.
All right, so there's the Eruption. So that's good. So Entomb is trash. Brambles comes out.
Ugh.
Oh, of course.
And the
it
Rock
does.
Slide.
Oh no! Well, this is gonna be a little dangerous for Chrono-Ranger right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Stupid immunity to environment damage. All right.
Well,
Okay. Well, it's not as terrible as the first time.
yeah. Oh, gosh.
Are you reacting to something I haven't seen yet? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Chrono-Ranger will survive.
All right, now hold on now. Let's see
Hold
what
on,
we
yeah.
can
Oh,
do.
sorry.
here.
Yeah, no, that was a misclick. I'm sorry.
So we've got. All right, so I'm definitely going to lose both of the Raptor bots,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yep.
I can do damage with them.
No, you lost your.
Oh, did that get killed?
Yeah.
Ah!
Equipment's got destroyed.
Yeah.
So the B-Bot can at least do something.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Question is, what do we want the B-bot to do? Hit one of the living rock slides, I guess.
Yeah.
I would just focus on Akash'bhuta.
I'm-
We can
I'm
maybe
thinking-
win if we focus damage on her because of
Yeah,
all the
she's
damage
only at
pluses we
53.
have.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right, then I think just choose for me. Get that done here. So we'll hit her for 3.
But I still wouldn't destroy an environment card because she'll play
Yeah.
another card.
Right.
Yeah, correct.
That's okay. I can get some of them back out.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I imagine we should probably just hold tab.
Okay, so here we go. I've got my Cold Snap,
Oh.
which is actually going to kill 2 environment targets. So,
Gross. All
Well, she
right,
can't
here we
deal-
go.
Damage from a one-shot, right?
Don't think so.
She can only destroy ongoings, so we should make
Yeah.
sure we do damage to everything else before she destroys ongoings.
Right.
all right. So here goes the specimen.
Okay, Brambles. Okay. Okay.
All right,
That's
We can take that.
that's workable.
You just entered play. Prepare to die.
And,
Okay.
And the ongoing.
Ah!
Alright.
yeah. Well, this is
I
what we
mean,
were
we can certainly get one of the
expecting,
rid of one of these.
Cold snaps done.
so- Okay.
Oh yeah.
We got to do what? 4.
I want to keep my
Yeah.
bounties for Hunter and Hunted.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. I've already used the Cold Snap this turn, so I could probably get
Right.
rid of that.
Yep. I mean,
You
And
you
now
already
we
took
have
the damage
choices.
for the solar flare, so I feel like you don't want to
yep. Yeah, that's fine.
lose it. I'm saying
Oh,
you
oh,
took
right,
the damage
yeah,
for
yeah.
it, so
No,
you don't
right,
want to
yeah.
get rid of
Right.
it.
Right.
'Cause- oh, thermal
I can actually get rid
shockwave
of the
can
other living
go.
conflag because
Because you can only
Not-
use your one power and you don't have any other.
right. So there's no reason to keep it.
And I can get rid of the thermal shockwave.
that'll do it.
All right, excellent. Oh, and she flipped.
Of course
Okay.
she flips now.
Yeah.
All
right.
Now we
we're
can
all
destroy
right.
fire
We're
target.
doing okay here. So, I've got 6 HP. I'm all good. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I'm gonna make it to the next turn, but and I don't have. Well, actually, I guess Impale is still out, so that's fine. I'll do my boost.
Yep.
And hopefully, I'll live through whatever
Okay.
comes my way. Oh, actually, that's dumb because if we don't, well, unless we go after the living rock slides, but we've kind of already said we're not going to do that. So, all right. So let's see what we can do here to maximize the damage. Okay, I could brainstorm for 2. Oh, actually, I guess I could inspired repair. Actually, yeah. Do I have another?
I think it's very likely that Chrono-Ranger can deal this. I think maybe not. I don't know. Anytime Chrono-Ranger sneezes at Akash'bhuta, she takes 6 damage. So
That's one hell of a sneeze.
Yeah, actually, I can supply crate. Ooh. Who wants a hasty augmentation?
I think that goes to
Chrono-Ranger.
I think Chrono-Ranger wants a hasty
if
augmentation.
only I had the bow still,
Well,
because this would have been 16 damage.
Yeah.
woo!
Yeah, 8's nothing to sneeze at, though. All right.
But 16 or 8, yeah, 8 damage. That's just so little. Chrono-Ranger just never deals damage.
I know, right?
It's all 1 plink damages, man. What a waste of a character. And of course, I have no good. I mean, I have a Raptor bot in the trash, so I guess I can do what?
Yeah, just focus on
3 damage.
maximizing your damage,
Yeah.
because this game's ending.
All right. So I'll get rid of my
Another.
Super Bot. I'll get my Raptor bot out and hit her for a bit. Fabulous.
All right. Well, just gonna play this because whatever gives us more ongoing fodder if we need it. Here's 5.
All right.
There's the summon staff.
Take us home, Chrono Ranger.
All right, can Chrono-Ranger deal 25 damage one at a time? Let's see. Well, I'm going to start with Eye on the Prize. Just do 6 damage.
Casually.
And I'm then going to Eye on the Prize. Do 6 damage.
In case you weren't keeping your eye on the prize, you just got to make sure that you're keeping your eye on the prize.
Both eyes on the prize.
Remember, I said I like to keep that card so I
Yeah.
can combo it with the damage boost.
It all
And
comes back from the beginning.
I want my hat back. So I will sneeze at you, and you take even more. And now for the finisher. Punch
That
to the
is
face.
one terrible tech strike. Right down to exactly 0. Well played.
And I still had the second hit as well as my base power, so
Excellent.
that was fun.
I'm going to share that picture. So that, my friends, was challenge mode Akash'bhuta. So it is doable even without her limbs damaging her. It's difficult. It's tricky. All of our heroes are down under in single digits, but none of them are incapacitated, which is impressive. Especially given that turn of events at the end there where, all of a sudden those cards that we hated were coming out and dealing damage to everything all over the place.
Yeah, Chrono Ranger survived by the skin of his teeth.
Yeah, and I love any game where, because that's the thing, like the Termi-Nation Absolute Zero is, with him, it's always a gamble, and I sort of assume that he's probably going to get in-capped, but that he's going to do so much damage on his way out. That's kind of what I plan for with him. So any game where he ends up on the win screen not incapacitated, I call that a double win. So, all right. So, just to reiterate from the early, and as I mentioned, I think about 20 minutes ago, I don't think we're going to play a second game tonight. It is past 8:30, and that was one heck of a game that we just played there. So, let me bring up my thingy. There's my list of stuff that I need to talk about. All right. So, again, John wasn't here tonight, but I think we did him proud. He's on his way to San Francisco, and as a result of him being in San Francisco, that is because we're all going to the Game Developers Conference next week, which means no Sentinels Live next week. But we will be back the following week, live from Boston at PAX East at the usual time, same Wraith time, same Wraith station. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that we're partnering with Shack News to do some streams for the next 3 weeks. They will be airing Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern. Can't type and talk at the same time. Please do check that out. There's going to be a lot of new people hopefully flooding into the multiverse over the next couple weeks, and showing them what a great community we have is a fantastic idea. All right, so I think that is going to do it for another episode of Sentinels Live. As everybody out there in Chatland knows, Sentinels of the Multiverse is the only cooperative comic book card game that you should be playing. Thanks for joining us. We do this every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you do enjoy the show, please like, share, follow, and subscribe. We will be auto-hosting tomorrow's show as well. So if you follow our channel, you will get a notification when it goes live. So you should follow our channel. And also check out our Twitter, our Facebook, etc. That's where you'll find out all the latest, all the news that's fit to print of the multiverse. Sentinels of the Multiverse is available on iOS, Android, and Steam, and always in good old analog cardboard and ink. And you can find out more information about the game or buy it at sentinelsdigital.com. I'm Jeremy, and I was joined tonight by two wonderful guest hosts. Zach, tell everybody where they can find you on the internet this week.
You guys can find me on the internet. There will be a new episode of Adjacent Hex posted to iTunes, Overcast, and other podcast services this week, or probably this Sunday. I will also be streaming as part of Zach and Alex Gear Up. We're doing a full plot run through of Gears of War. We'll be doing part 4 of that coming up on Sunday at noon Eastern.
All right, so that's Zach. And Mark, where can people find you on the internet this week?
Everywhere. No. You can find me on Twitter at LewdDolphin21 and at twitch.tv/LewdDolphin if you especially like Final Fantasy 13, trilogy speedruns, and occasionally Sentinels.
Fantastic. And you can find me when I'm not doing Handelabra-y stuff. You can find me at thefastcast.com. That's where I record a quick little podcast in my car and talk about movies and games and all kinds of fun stuff. This week I'm actually doing a Indiana Jones retrospective where I rewatched all 4 of the Indiana Jones movies. And I'm doing fastcasts about them. And there's a playlist right here that you can check out. So thanks, everybody. We will see you in 2 weeks. Have a great, great night. And be excellent to each other.
Take care.
Bye.